Hey, Tamika's here. So I wanted to come in because I want to give you guys something to think about. A lot of us are like having some issues here with this whole relationship thing, right? And instead of us sitting here going back and forth with this whole battle of the sexes, I think everybody really needs to be sitting with themselves and doing their own work. Right? We need to be focused in on us instead of being focused in on what he or she is not doing, right? Because at the end of the day, the only person we can control is us. We can't control them. So, what I'm going to give you is 5 prompts that you can use to help you to figure out what type of relationship do I want or do I desire, right? What type of relationship do I want to have the next time I decide to get into a relationship? Okay, so these 5 prompts is going to give you something to think about before you get into the next relationship, because we need to start doing the work. And once we do the work, the quality of our next relationship will be a whole lot better. Okay. All right. So get your pen, paper, get your note app open. Let's get into it. Okay. All right. So number 1, the focus area is reflect on past relationships. Now, I just want to give this little caveat too. It's important for us to reflect on our last relationships because it will let us know what we don't want in our next relationship and what we do want more of in our next relationship, right? So we need to start reflecting on these past relationships because guess what? It's data in that. Dating is data, right? You should be collecting data and then you take that data and decide if you want to be able to move forward with this person or not. Will I be able to have the relationship that I would like to have with, with this person? So number 1 is I want you to think about, so I'm talking about romantic relationship, but you can also apply this with your friendships as well as your family ships too, right? So I want you to think about romantic, family, or friendships. I have my notes here, so just work with me. The first question is, what were the qualities and behaviors in my past relationships, right? Let's think about all of them, right? Even though you were probably a different age and all of that, let's think about all of them, right? What qualities and behaviors in those last relationships or past relationships that made me feel valued, happy, and secure? Okay? What were the qualities or behaviors in those past relationships that made me feel valued, happy, and secure? Okay? And then we want to look at the other side because some of you may be like, honey, I ain't get none of that, right? So conversely, the second question is, what aspects were detrimental and made me feel unhappy? Okay? And then the third question under reflect with past relationships is, how do these relationships shape what I want in my future relationship? So when I look back at my past relationships, how do they reflect what I want in my next relationship, right? So if your past relationship, you guys argued a lot, it was a lot of oh God, what is the word? Contempt, where you're cussing each other out and calling each other names and old punk, y'all know, right? Then that's called contempt, right? Contempt is when you are ultimately disrespecting your partner, right? And name calling is definitely that. So that's number 1, reflect on past relationships. Number 2, core area is identify core values. The first question under this one is, what are your core values in life, right? Is it honesty? Is it loyalty? Is it adventure? Is it growth? What are your core values in life, right? Because that will let you know what you may be looking for in your partner. You are assessing their values, right? Is this an honest person? Is this person able to be loyal? Is this person willing to grow? Do they accept change? That type of thing. Second question under identify core values. How do you envision these values being reflected in your relationship? So how do you want to see honesty? How do you want to see loyalty in your relationship? How do you want to see growth in your relationship, right? The third question under identify core values is, why are these values important to me? And how would they influence my choice of a partner? Got it? So identify those core values, because I'm telling you, those are the things. Like, core values is really key to a relationship, because when I see couples in therapy, this is the area where they did not have a conversation, right? They never talked about their core values. And then they get into this relationship and have this expectation that you should, or and it's like y'all on opposite ends of the spectrum because your core values are totally different. Number 3, the focus area is envision your ideal day. Okay, envision your ideal day with this partner. Describe a perfect day with your ideal partner, right? What activities do you do together? How do you communicate and interact throughout the day, right? What emotions and feelings stand out to you during the day? So just kind of run through that and like really envision, what would a day look like? What will the ideal day look like spending it with your partner who has the values and the core beliefs and things that that you have? What will that look like? What will growth look like? What will communication look like in that area? Number 4, the fourth area is define emotional needs, right? So think about your emotional needs. Here are the questions. What emotional needs do you consider most important in a relationship? What are the emotional needs you consider most important in a relationship? Is it feeling loved, right? Think about your love language. Is it respect? Is it support? Is it honor? Is it, what is it? What's the emotional need? Is it safety? Is it belonging, right? Going into that hierarchy of needs. Do you want to feel in this relationship? How can a partner fulfill these needs? And how do you intend to fulfill these needs yourself, right? So how do you intend to show love? How do you intend to show your partner respect or show your partner love? How do you, intend to show that you're a supportive person or trustworthy person in your relationship as well? Okay, so define your emotional needs. This is another important area because these are the things that we are really looking for in a partner. And if we don't know before the partner come, then we won't know how to identify the right partner. Okay, this is the last area, 5. So this one is focus area is future goals and aspirations. Future. Right? So if you become a baby mama or a baby daddy, this is your future with this person, right? And so you have to, this is somebody you will be dealing with on some form of fashion. So future goals and aspirations. Question 1, where do you see yourself in 5, 10, or 20 years? Where do you see yourself? This is what you can ask your partner. Please ask your partner this so you can see, do this person have a good code of ethics? Do they have a good work ethics? Like, think about that. So how do you feel? How do you see yourself in 5, 10, or 20 years? But you need to answer that for yourself too, because you want a partner that is kind of partnering with you in that life that you want for yourself in 5 years or 10 years. Second question, how does a relationship fit into your future plans? So how does this fit? If you're in college and you're doing all the things, do you have time for this relationship? Okay. Next, what kind of partner do you invest